Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News with this little side spin we're doing. I'm Ben, I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
And Claire.
Hey.
We're doing this, we're going to release this as a weekly thing now instead of being on the end and the start of the episodes. So you get to listen to the full topic instead of on the weird news, and you can listen to this as well. So it's two things we're giving you. We're splitting it up, being productive.
It's still the same, isn't it? No extra production, it's just splitting it in two.
Don't tell them that. The listeners will think they're getting something free. But hello and welcome back to everybody as well. Nice to see you all after lockdown.
Yeah, you too, mate. Yeah, it's been a fucking nightmare, hasn't it?
It's been a bit shitty, let's say the least. But now we're free-ish.
To run through the fields.
Mm.
Not quite holding hands yet,
In the
but...
fields of wheat. Let's go nuts!
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Get nuts.
Alright, what we're going to start with?
Okay, let's go straight into it.
So, there's a man that's died after taking on a food challenge that saw him try to down 50 eggs.
Wow. So 50 eggs will kill you. And how much was the bet? $34.
Yeah.
Oh, the poor twat. Dying for $34.
Did he eat 50 or was it exaggerated?
Oh.
So, Subhash Yadav from India was dared by a mate to eat the enormous amount of eggs, and he'd receive, as you say, 34 Australian dollars. The 42-year-old of the Utah...
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is he no better?
at least have $1 an egg. It's not
Yeah.
even $1 an egg.
Yeah. It's 2,000 rupees. Is that a lot in India?
What's
Might have been his day's wage, you don't know.
34 Australian dollars, I think that is, isn't it?
Yeah, but it says
Yeah.
2,000 rupees above it.
Yeah.
Could be his
I
day's
still
wage.
have no idea how much that is. I don't know how much an Australian dollar is compared to our pound. But fuck knows about rupees. So
You
I'm
mean
still
you-
none the wiser.
You don't know the pound to rupee exchange rate, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not until I get that chip on my head.
Where's my chip, Elon?
Get it together.
So this guy from the Uttar Pradeshis of Jampur district took on the bet and managed to eat 41 eggs before collapsing.
Oh, that's not bad.
He was halfway through his 42nd egg when he fell unconscious.
Oh, man. Looks like egg poisoning.
So it sparked an investigation onto how and why he has collapsed, and experts believe
Oh, experts. Hey.
the incredible amount of eggs could have caused severe disruption in his digestive system and possibly be linked to high cholesterol.
Extraordinary. What?
Feeling left out, were we?
Yeah, I was.
So a medical website has also highlighted that overconsumption of eggs can increase a person's risk of death by 7%. Isn't that?
Whoa. This is terrifying to me because I
You like a few eggs, do you?
have an egg, probably 5 days out of 7?
Yeah.
4 days out of 7?
I don't eat one egg, I eat 6 at a time.
Fuck me. I have 2 on 2 sandwiches and 2 eggs.
I'll put 6 in an omelette.
I have 3 in scrambled egg on 1 piece of toast.
Well, that scrambled egg's fair enough in my opinion. That's fair game because you've got to make a decent amount of scrambled egg, haven't you?
Yeah, you don't want to go all
Yeah.
bouncy, do you?
Yeah, and the same as a sandwich. You have a couple of bacon and egg sandwiches. That's 2 eggs on it.
How big's your
one on
pan,
each.
Mike?
Yeah.
You've got a huge pan.
Enough to fit 6 eggs.
It's got a skillet.
I poach mine though.
Oh, I like eggs of all flavours.
Flavoured eggs, eh? Okay.
I
Alright.
like them fried, scrambled, poached.
Oh, I do like all varieties of it cooked egg,
Yeah.
I must admit.
Going on from this though, in the article below, another guy's at 50 Cadbury's cream eggs.
Ooh.
And he's alive.
Well, he's pretty diabetic now.
I could do that.
You'd think?
Yeah.
He did it on his YouTube channel, and he washed them down with warm water and a bit of milk.
I've had 10 in a row.
Fuck me! How are you still alive?
You buy them packs of 10, don't you? And I was like, watching TV, and I just realised there's one egg left. Oh, there's only one left.
So, 6 eggs a day.
10 cream eggs.
10 cream eggs.
Eggs a day.
I only eat things that are egg shaped.
Wow. 7%, that can increase your risk of death. 7%. Fuck me. Well, then again, I'm always dubious of stuff like this, because technically we should all be fucking dead, shouldn't we? Can't eat beef, can't drink beer, can't eat an egg a day.
But this guy can eat 1.3 kilograms of sugar and then 50 eggs.
Yeah, but like I say, he's diabetic now, he has to inject himself with insulin.
Chocolate's poisonous, you know.
It is, isn't it?
He said he felt like a bit worse for wear the next day, like he'd been like on the lash the night before. That's what he said he felt like.
I'm surprised he wasn't shit into the eye of a fucking needle, never mind.
So that makes you wonder if it's the sugar in our alcohol that makes you feel shit, as opposed to the actual alcohol in the alcohol.
Well, yeah, I guess it's a bit of both, isn't it? I'd imagine that all the stuff that goes into your booze nowadays, the sugars. You've got, is that gin and tonic cans there, Claire?
Yeah, gin and tonic.
So that's grain alcohol and tonic water. So that's pretty good. I'm on lager, which is terrible.
I've got a cup of tea, it's got sugar in it.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, we're all going to die. And the food we eat is going to kill us. Fantastic. But don't make stupid bets eating 50 eggs.
No, or you'll explode.
He could have had a rupture of some sort, couldn't he? And died, ruptured something, the amount he put into his stomach, and he could have bled from the inside, until they do an autopsy and all that lot and find out what the crack was.
Oh, fucking hell. She's on fire tonight. Alright then, what's the next one? I found this especially for you, Mike.
Okay, Chinese authorities seize 7,221 human penises on cargo ship from Nigeria. Oh wow, wonder if they'll give me one.
Human penises?
Yep. The organs, which were hidden in a refrigerated freight container, were seized when the ship harboured in the Shanghai port, following information from an anonymous informer who alerted the Chinese authorities.
Yeah, the guy who's one of those penises was probably.
The organs were packed.
He's been running after the truck since his penis was cut off.
He stowed away on the boat and everything. He started getting my penis put back on.
Commitment.
I'd do that. You're not taking it. I will walk to the coast with my bleeding groin cupped in my hands.
How are you going to find your own penis when you come across a huge box of penises?
I'll find it. Don't you worry. I know exactly what it looks like. That's to be able to tell by the touch and the feel.
Sorry, Mike.
I'm just imagining Ben just sifting through a box of dicks
can't.
at the moment. It's like,
You pick up the biggest one, no?
this was mine.
Honestly.
Ben, that's like 15 inches long and black. Yeah. Yeah, did you know it was a mandingo?
The organs were packed in 36 boxes labelled as plantains inside the refrigerated container on a ship that transited from Lagos, Nigeria, and the ship's crew, consisting of 4 Nigerians, 2 Malians and 2 Cameroonese, now being detained.
My question is, how did they acquire all of these penises? Were they taking them? Did someone sell them to them?
Donations.
Donated? These are questions I need answering.
The Chinese General Administration of Customs Li Wu, the spokesperson, said these organs are common commodities now.
Are they?
But they were certainly harvested in unsanitary conditions or contaminated at some point, so we can't let them out on the Chinese market.
Is that what he's worried about? That's all he's worried about. Oh, well, you know, can't name out the Chinese market because they might be contaminated.
And they're quite commonplace these days,
the,
you know.
the fact that there's 7,000 penises on a boat is not phasing the man at all. But China is one of the world's, if not the world's largest consumer in black market organs. They love that shit. Yeah.
Well, it'll cost you $160,000 to get one of these cocks.
These specimens of this size.
Yeah, but they were probably taken with a machete on a tree stump. After African rebels went into and decimated a village.
Mm-hmm. Its total value is more than 1.15 billion US dollars.
Wow. Yeah, so African armed rebel groups turned into organ trafficking to finance their military operations instead of just selling drugs the old-fashioned way.
Well, you have to put them all individually into their own little box with ice on and, you know, all sorts if it was to ever be used for transplantation. And
well, it was in a refrigerated cargo, wasn't it? It was kept cool. Still,
you know, they're saying that there's just loads of cocks in one box.
How many cocks in your box?
7,221 apparently. Plantains as well. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's terrible and horrifying. Because I guarantee the majority of those people did not want to lose their cocks.
You just look stunned by it. You're like,
it's horrific, isn't it?
Yeah. We need to find out about the people complaining about the loss of cocks.
Yeah, where are they? Well, they're pretty dead.
Bled out.
Yeah, or just shot afterwards.
Well, there's a lot of eunuchs wondering about now.
Speaking of experience.
Yeah.
Either way, horrifying.
Indeed, let's move on.
Yeah. UFOs have disabled America's nuclear weapons, claims former US intelligence officer. Equally terrifying. If you believe it. Former US intelligence officer Luis Elizondo, you remember him?
Yeah, I do.
He's from...
To the Stars Academy.
Yes, exactly, the Tom DeLonge company. You familiar with that, Claire?
No.
Do you remember the guy from Blink-182, the singer?
Yeah.
Well, he's obsessed by UFOs, and he has set up this thing called the To the Stars Academy, and the idea is that they will reveal the truth about UFOs and aliens, and he's hired a lot of former US intelligence guys. It's the biggest irony in the world, intelligence officer. Yeah, they're not usually very intelligent half the time, but still, this guy, Luis Elizondo, claims that America's nuclear weapons have been disabled by UFOs and sent out a warning that countries such as China and Russia have control over the alien technology. Elizondo rang warning bells, fearing that the other countries could strike at the heart of the US any time with the help of their foreign adversarial technology, hinting the countries have a secret pact with aliens.
Fuck.
That's not fun. Elizondo previously worked as director of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP, which is a secret and undisclosed Pentagon team that reportedly studied UFOs between 2007 and 2012. Now, this guy was part of the team that released the UFO Pentagon, the Pentagon footage of them, the jet fighters, the Tic Tac craft being chased by US fighters and doing all sorts of weird shit that we couldn't possibly do. Is he an expert on this? Well, I suppose so.
More than anybody.
Apart from me. It's not the first time these claims have been made, because I've seen many a documentary. There's another chap floating around who was an officer in the 60s who said that their nuclear weapons were disabled by a UFO hovering over the base.
Okay.
Elizondo says, I think for me the most concerning thing are those incidents that involve our nuclear equities. There seems to be a very distinct congruency between unidentified aerial phenomena, associated UAP activity, and our nuclear technology. The New York Post quoted him as saying, as whether it be propulsion or weapon systems or whatnot, and that's concerning to the point where we've actually had some of our nuclear capabilities disabled by these things, and that they have an active interest in our nuclear technology. UAPs have in the past interfered with some of our nuclear capabilities. That's fact, he said, sending out a warning that people need to be prepared if there's an imminent attack by external forces.
Well, it depends what they're doing. Because the only story I've heard of is that they disabled nuclear warheads, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what he's saying, they disabled them.
Yeah.
So we can't fire them in retaliation to a Russian or Chinese sneak attack by those pesky commies, or an alien invasion. They just, okay, well, you can't have nukes anymore. Let's even the playing field even more in our favour.
Or they're disabling them because they're just like fools. Just like, send,
Oh, like
disabled. You just disable them so we can't use them. Can't.
Like Picard would do in Star Trek or something.
Yeah.
Or I don't trust them if they're disabling our nuclear weapons, whether they're acting in our own interest or not. It's not up to them. What's the first directive? The prime directive?
It's mad, isn't it?
Don't interfere with developing species.
Yeah, but we're assuming that they've got a prime directive. They might not have. They might just be like,
Claire, they've had years to watch Star Trek. It's been beamed out into space since the 60s.
So they know our standards.
They should know. Maybe they think that we've got that. Maybe it's like Galaxy Quest. They think the show's real.
Huh. Could be.
Like, take us to your Jean-Luc Picard. Oh, well, okay.
Well,
We've only got Boris.
By the time they got here, then, it would only take a bit of probing to find out that we haven't.
We'll just get Patrick Stewart out, say, look, just play the fucking character, alright? Just get in character, Patrick, Sir Patrick, and just do your thing, yeah? Let's try that. Either way, terrifying.
It certainly is.
So, alright, what we got next then?
Who's next, Claire?
So, the SpaceX capsule set to bring back the first crate of space-aged wine to Earth.
Space-aged wine. So the same, it's just been stuck in space for a bit. There's nothing...
Yeah, it's aged in space, hasn't it?
I thought the aging process sort of, like, in the barrels and in wherever, and with the cork is meant to give it its flavour anyway, so how's it going to do that in space?
And the gravity, because it's got a cell, hasn't it? The sediment's going to be in it. I don't know much about wine.
No, I don't, to be fair.
So, the SpaceX Dragon successfully undocked from the International Space Station on Tuesday, and it's heading back to Earth with the first wine on board. It's been there, and if you want a truly out-of-this-world glass of vino, then you might be in luck, because SpaceX Dragon, that arrived at the International Space Station on the company's 21st resupply services mission for NASA, successfully undocked from the ISS at 9:05 on Tuesday, January 12th. Loaded with 4,400 pounds of scientific experiments and other cargo.
What's all the cargo?
What's the cargo?
Scientific experiments.
It's a lot, isn't it? Their upgraded Dragon aircraft spacecraft executed the first undocking of the US commercial cargo craft from the International Docking Adapter with NASA astronaut Victor Glover, the first black astronaut to make an extended stay at the station.
I was going to say, he's not the first black astronaut, that's Major Tunde.
Yeah, that's true. Major Tunde, hashtag bring him home. I hope he's Danny Glover's some relation to Danny Glover. He's just getting really sweaty in a Hawaiian shirt as he's piloting the...
I'm too black for this.
I'm too black for this shit.
Well, yeah. No, he says I'm too old, doesn't he?
So the Dragon is expected to make its parachute-assisted splashdown into the Atlantic Ocean, and on board will be the first crate of wine.
Well, I hope it survives the splashdown.
That'd be gutting, wouldn't it?
All the astronauts were just drunken all on the way down. So yeah, you've touched down in the ocean, you're going to have to wait 6 hours to pick up. Well, we do have that crate of wine.
Yeah, and this was an experiment launched by a Luxembourg-based start-up company.
Their goal is to tackle the solution of how we're going to have an agricultural tomorrow that is both organic and healthy and able to feed humanity.
Well, good for him, but can they just send up some, like, I don't know, chocolate bars or something?
Well, why would you do that?
Well, why is it going to be wine? Why not any other type of food? Or drink? They just want to sell it for a massive profit because it's been to space.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, it doesn't really tell you, does it?
And it's like, oh great, they want, people on Mars may want a fucking glass of wine with their potatoes, with their shit potatoes. Great. Well, other things to think about. Should I be drunk when I'm an astronaut?
I don't know, they're just testing to determine the impact of space on wine.
And they're going to be leaving it shut for a little while and then trying it, to see if it's made any difference to the bouquet, I guess.
Mm.
I hope it was radiation shielded.
Okay.
Because the ISS, yes, it's shielded, but it doesn't stop everything. If you're up there for ages, you get cancer.
Well, they were packed in steel cylinders.
Oh, well, great.
Would that stop the radiation?
I've no idea. Probably not. No, there's lead that stops radiation.
Sure, steel must have been.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Alright, what we got next?
Okay, moving on. Gender reveal party using £80 of explosives sets off earthquake. New Hampshire man turns himself into police after detonating explosives as part of a gender reveal party held in a quarry.
Where did they get these explosives? It's not the first time we've heard about people setting off bombs to do a gender reveal. That guy killed himself with a pipe bomb not so long back. Where are people getting C4? Why haven't I got any C4?
Maybe it wasn't C4, maybe he'd got loads of fireworks and just, emptied them out and bundled them together.
Why haven't I got that?
Because
the shops won't sell me fireworks anymore.
Well, the source of the blast was £80 of tannerite.
That's a proper explosive, I've heard of that.
36 kilograms.
That's a lot.
Which is typically sold over the counter as a target for firearms practice, police said.
Oh, that's what I've heard it before. You shoot at a target, and if you get to they do it on shows on the History Channel or something like that, where they're testing weapons. So they'll stick this tannerite in a ballistics gel dummy, and to show you what had happened when a round went off or something, or they'll put it behind a brick wall to show the penetration of the bullet.
Nearby residents said the blast rocked their homes and some reported property damage.
Fucking hell!
We had this god-awful blast, Sarah Taglieri, who lives in a home that abuts the quarry, told the television station. It knocked pictures off our walls. I'm all up for silliness and whatnot, but that was extreme. Nobody got injured.
Well, that's something.
There were cracks in the foundations of people's homes nearby.
Jesus, I bet the insurance won't cover that. Hey, with the cracks in your home, some idiot let off some fucking tannerite in the quarry and it caused an earthquake. Sorry, we're not covering that.
There's a guy with the bass box in a VW that comes past our home and makes the windows shake with the bass box. And we're like, eye up every time he comes.
Bit extreme though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's wrong with a bit of fireworks, you know what I mean?
What's wrong with letting off some balloons?
Yeah.
Well, they do them ones that are like the party poppers, don't they? They do bigger versions of them. What's wrong with that? And it comes out blue confetti or pink confetti.
Yeah. Just, just don't have one.
This is in
Just tell everyone normally, like normal people do.
In Hampshire, in the UK? Yeah?
No, New Hampshire, America.
Oh, it had to be American, didn't it?
Yeah,
Bigger and better of everything.
Just tell everyone the normal way, with a phone call or a text message. Who's that?
We'll post on Facebook.
We'll post it on Facebook. There's no reason to set off a 36 pounds of high explosive.
£80.
Oh yeah, 36 kilograms, 80 pounds. That's a lot. That's a lot of explosives.
It's unnecessary, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And now he's going to have a lot of fucking...
Insurance claims.
Yeah.
And a lot of pissed off neighbours.
Yeah.
Oh, alright then.
Idiot.
I got one.
Yep.
Ooh.
This one's for you.
Maine may legalise Viking-style funerals and let you literally go out in a blaze of glory. Well, I need to move to Maine, clearly. It's really cool inquiry to pose to your kindred drifter during a pleasant round of truth or dare Halloween party. How might you need your burial service to be? I think this is written like Edgar Allan Poe. There are a great deal of approaches, obviously. It is a rarity indeed, considered on the grounds the prospect of making arrangements for your own post-mortem occasion isn't exactly a glad one. In any case, if you somehow manage to portray who you'd like your burial service to be, normally in the words of epic or boss may ring a bell. Without a doubt, there are a great deal of wonderful melodies that you may have effectively considered in your rundown, yet the way as such is certainly not a simple one to show up at. Back in the days of the Viking champions, most groups used to lay their dead on a boat and let it out to the ocean. The boat was loaded up with roughage and other inflammable material, and a bowman would fire a bolt at it, or he'd fire an arrow at it. Crossbows fire bolts, bowmen are not crossbowmen. Complete difference. See, these fucking emo twats trying to be Edgar Allan Poe, making it hard for me to read, could have just fucking written this normally and not been factually inaccurate.
Well, I think it's nice to read something written properly for once. Okay, you may have got that incorrect, but rather than the fucking normal dross that we have from Alien Star.
You leave the alien, and you're going to mock myths, magic and monsters again, aren't you?
Yeah.
I nearly had an episode, a thing for you on that, the frog people sightings.
Ooh.
But there wasn't a lot of evidence at all, just a broken gate and some children. That was it. It was, even I wasn't convinced. So when the boat illuminated, it turned into a magnificent consuming ash until it at last chars everything, including the cadaver, prior to being immersed by the water. These Norsemen were following the desire of the god Odin, who wanted that all dead men be ignited, their things laid upon them upon the heap, and their remains are projected into the ocean or covered in the earth, according to the Heimskringla, one of the essential messages that fill in as a reason for Norse folklore. Well, I've always fancied a Viking burial due to the fact that I am a fucking Viking.
I think they're sick.
I'm not hearing any agreement.
No, I think they're sick. I think, you know, you could watch it go out and, well, you'd sit there until it had gone, wouldn't you?
Over the horizon.
Over the horizon, or would sang and just
Yeah.
You'd just sit there and have a drink, wouldn't you? You know, it's quite a nice way to go.
Is it very eco-friendly?
Well, it's just got the ashes in the sea.
Yeah. Depends what shit you put in with it, innit?
Well, yeah, I don't know about put a load of weed killer in with me.
My last wish is to poison the ocean some more.
And the burning weed killer drifting back to town.
Yeah. I don't want to poison all the fucks at the shore. Fill me with weed killer.
The specific bill in Maine goes back to the difficult work of the Good Ground Great Beyond. This Funeral Director Administration Association performs unconventional burial services, remembering outdoors ones for the property they own in a state. None of this makes any fucking sense. It is written so shittly. Basically, Maine are going to let you have a Viking burial if you want one. There's going to be 20 sections of land, and this, who these emo cunts are that have fucking written this like Edgar Allan Poe? Number one, he was shit. Number two...
no, Edgar Allan Poe's fucking awesome.
Go on, then name me 3 of his best works.
The Raven.
I saw the Simpsons episode of that, it was shit. The Telltale Heart. Saw the Simpsons episode of that, it was shit. Can't even name 3, but he's fucking wonderful. No, Mike, no. They've written this like twats. It's made no sense. To sum it up for the listener, Maine are going to have a Viking burial. Maybe.
There's a button there that says suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions.
After the show, I think...
Stop writing everything like cunts.
Well,
there you go.
www.edgarallanpoets.com.
They're a noir rock band, so they all wear black and mope about, I assume. Well, I won't be listening to your shit. If your lyrics are as bad as your prose, I'm definitely not going to fucking listen. I'm definitely not going to listen to it. Right, well...
And that bombshell.
And on that bombshell, don't listen to these fuckers because they can't write a damn thing. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you very much for listening to our first ever weekly weird news segment on its own. I've been Ben. Don't drink the favour aid. Don't join a cult. You might want to form a shield wall, but keep socially distanced.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Keep an open mind, but not so open that it spills out your ears.